Today I want to talk about the Chicago Bears. I think it's over, guys. I think Justin Fields is over with, unfortunately, because that's my guy. I love me some Justin, but we're at the end of the road now, man. We're at the end. And today I want to talk about the Chicago Bears. Um, I didn't record Sunday because that's the Sabbath. Technically, the Sabbath is Saturday, but Sunday is my fast day. So I try and unplug from everything and everyone. But we back at it. It's Monday. And I wanted to give a brief update as to my thoughts on the Chicago Bears because we're gonna get into this. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I think in my first video I said this off season is gonna be big. Um, and we're gonna set ourselves up for a future that is beautiful. But ultimately, I think that a great Bears team would spell a revival for the city of Chicago. It would be, and not just like a one-off thing, but like a consistently great Chicago Bears football team would bring a renaissance. Economically, spiritually, I really believe that there's something to expected greatness that infuses the DNA of the city. And you already got the blue collar, you already got the financial services, you already got the north side, south side dichotomy, you already got the lake, you already got the commerce. Now we just need the team. And Bears, I think, are trying to be that. I think the Blackhawks they've already given us a mini dynasty. So, but they don't have I mean, I think Bears organization probably 10x's the Blackhawks in terms of just net worth. So they're not in the same punching bracket, if you will. But that's neither here nor there. What's good is the fact that we are now about to take a generational, as everybody says, quarterback, number one overall, Mr. Caleb Williams. If you know me, you know my thoughts. I've always been a Justin guy. Not necessarily because he's great, mind you. I don't think that he can even hold water to Lamar Jackson, and people keep on making that comparison, and I'm not really about that. Personally, I'm of the opinion that what you sow into, you reap from. And I believe that the Bears drafted this young man and developed him to the degree that they have, and I feel like they should see it through. But that's more of like a moralist standpoint. In terms of just making the best business decision for today, kind of hard to argue with a dude that can throw all over the field. I'm not a scout, so I don't really, know any better. But to my untrained eyes, there's a difference in the way that Justin Fields delivers the ball and the way that Caleb Williams delivers the ball. There is a difference. And, you know, we Justin heads can minimize that difference all we want. We talk about how the Bears didn't do right by Justin and he was the most hit quarterback and never got the calls and the coaching staff and the offensive coordinators, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, if you have a chance to go and draft Aaron Rodgers 2.0, a lot of people are making the Patrick Mahomes comparison, which I guess makes sense because we keep watching that dude win. And so he's the model right now. He's a template. But I see more Aaron Rodgers in this kid. Again, not a scout, but he strikes me as somebody who is yeah, you know, supremely confident, um, obviously good at what he does and aware of it. right? He's not let's say he's not playing along with the script. I think that when he said that he likes to rewrite history in his little press conference, I enjoyed that. That's a good little soundbite because ultimately we need a narrative busting quarterback in Chicago who's not going to fall under the weight of history saying there's no way a Chicago quarterback can, I'm tired of that, man. I want to win a chip with a good team in a good stadium, um, and a not be a fluke. Like I get it, '06 was beautiful. And honestly, we probably could have built more on that team, but we didn't. And that was, a moment in time that came and went. And the lack of success since then, it just makes me feel like it was a fluke. So in order to make this a success, we'll need some sustained, it's a little bit late, at least a decade, man. Can you give me a decade? 70% in the playoffs. I saw. It don't even gotta be 100%. It just gotta be a good majority of the time we go into the postseason. I don't know why I'm saying this as if I'm appealing to Ryan Poles himself. Ryan Poles is the GM. Um, but yeah, I have resigned myself to the fact that we are about to pick up Mr. Caleb Williams. I'm okay with it. Um, I'm gonna be more than okay with it once he shows me what he's got and he throws 307 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first start. And we're like, oh, that's what a quarterback looks like. No shade to Justin, but yeah, he just wasn't gonna lead us there, was he? I think ironically, he is the actual systems quarterback, even though he's a playmaker with his legs. He needs something that's gonna lift him up, especially, fourth quarters and post adjustments. You just need somebody in that pocket because that's the cockpit. That's the crux. That's where all the magic happens. And if you can't decipher what's going on from there, it's tough to win, man. Like you are taking in so much information and you are expected to make these really quick decisions. And unless you have the right, what do you call those? Not necessarily the right template, but the right schemas, the right ideas, the right concepts. Like if your idea of reading a defense is just looking here, looking there, throwing, and you don't fundamentally understand things like leverage and layers and different safety combinations, then it's hard, man, because you are operating off of a schema that is level one. Meanwhile, you got coaches like the Shanahans of the world that's operating on level 20, bro. It is what it is. So if you want to be part of the upper 20, right, that echelon of folks who don't feel like they have to be, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Justin Fields is a lot closer to Daniel Jones than he is to Lamar Jackson, bro. Pains me to say it, but he's a lot closer to Daniel Jones than he is to Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, I feel like he's unique. He's a different type of beast. The thing about quarterback is like People don't want to say this, but you need somebody who is like if Justin stood on what he said to Luke Getzey, I would have a slightly different opinion of him. But he backed down and went back and hugged him right away. So I was like, okay, whatever. But you need a quarterback that's willing to ruffle feathers, name of the organization though. Because you don't want somebody who is just like who needs the playbook dictated to him at every step of the way. Like there needs to be a level of creativity that comes into the fray. You got to be able to decipher what people want and say, okay, here's how I can lend myself toward that without being strictly told. Anyway, Chicago Bears are on the cusp of something big. Combines is finished. They're about to go and trade Justin, sign Caleb, and hopefully the rest will be history. So we're done with this video for the day. This was the vlog. I don't know what number this is, 6. I think I'm gonna try and get these a little bit more organized. I might, yeah, like do like a schedule for this week. So I'll come back tomorrow with something a bit more constructive, and we'll go on from there. Yeah, gotta take it easy. It's been Pastor Zen, aka Sunny Delight, aka Master Splinter, aka Mr. Miyagi. I'll see you tomorrow.